We love
Now,
hip
to
hop.
stay into the same area and blocks and gully sides, Flippa GGG, Mr. Two Cases, has been convicted of his second case. Okay. Now, this information came down the pipeline via the Toronto Star earlier, and now I see 6 Sounds has posted it up on their Instagram page. Follow 6 Sounds. You know what I'm saying? 6 Sounds is doing their thing. Jesus, why they gotta be a big old gun in the damn thing, man? Jesus, Murphy Brown. Holy. 1 second. Let me just move the burner part there. Flippa GGG. Comic Gang, Flippa GGG. All right, burner out the way. Flippa GGG Flippa was found guilty of second-degree M in case marred by witness intimidation. Now, for the people who don't know, this is the case that also had a bunch of the bloggers messed up in the process. Okay, that had 3 of the 4 bloggers convicted right now, and that was something that we reported just like maybe 2 weeks ago now, not even. Okay, so that same case, Flippa's Mr. Two Cases, because he has this one case that he was already convicted of with the mob enforcer, and now this case here, which he is also convicted of. Okay, that's a lot of convictions, like 2 M's. Okay, so y'all with me here, Comic Gang? And don't worry, I'm gonna get into stay tuned, because I'm gonna get into the whole 100 watts. What's going on with this guy? Watts don't play. You know what I'm saying? You pull that plug. Like 50 say, God giveth and God taketh away. But salute to him. Salute to both of them. All right, so let's get to it. An underground Toronto rapper has been found guilty of first-degree M again by a jury that believed that the Crown's star witness who took the stand despite facing digital intimidation over so-called snitching. It was the second time in 6 months that 32-year-old Saeed Mahamdin has been convicted of the criminal code most serious offense. Last December, a different jury just 3 hours took just 3 hours to find him guilty of the contract unaliving. My bad, can't say these things on YouTube. On contract unaliving of a mob enforcer in the broad daylight outside of an Italian restaurant across from Sherway Gardens in Etobicoke on November 4th, 2019. Mahabdeen was found to be the getaway driver involved in the planning of Tony Scratch Florida's execution. Now, the latest guilty verdict came Friday afternoon after the jury deliberated for 3 days. At this trial, the Crown star witness testified that on March 19, 2019, Mahabdin jumped out of her car and shot Jerome Bell 22 steps away from his home in housing complex Laneway near Bloor and Dundas Street West. Prosecutors described her as an honest, candid, and forthcoming witness and urged jurors to accept she was telling the truth. The defense countered by claiming her testimony was filled with lies and contradictions, and that that she was motivated to implicate Mahabdin not because she wanted to do the right thing, as she suggested. My bad. My parking coming up soon. As she suggested, but because pointing the finger at him was to her advantage. The star was not identified in the witness due to ongoing safety concerns. She first named. Okay, what else here? What else here? So they're going over the witness intimidation. The jury was unaware that she was a targeted witness imitation in the past and would be typically involved in face-to-face and phone written threats. Yeah. And for several days, and the accused and supported. Okay, so she came to court for in person for several days and faced the accused and his supporters, who would stand up and stare at her when the judge and the jury left the courtroom. Thornton said Friday after the verdict, maybe by the witness stepping up, others will do so as well. During the 5-day trial, jurors heard nothing about the motive for a brazen afternoon slaying and that sent school children and other bystanders running for cover. Money was the motive for Mohabdin's first trial. The Crown was not required to prove one. Prosecutor Dave Perry advised jurors during the closing address last week. He acknowledged that this might leave some of them scratching their heads. Jesus Christ. I should have pulled up the article from the damn Star. So basically, this is the second case that he has here. It's a lot of brazen shootings that this guy has been accused of, or I guess convicted of at this point in time. Y'all remember the song originally, Two Cases from Top 5. Okay, that song was about Flippa. Okay, and these guys were super confident, as I guess anybody would have to be, right? That Flippa was going to beat the case. Okay? Like, you know, they were confident to the point where Flippa went live from his cell a couple of times on IG, and that went viral. I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like that confidence gets misplaced and puts you in a worse situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, the mob thing, that would have been, to me, almost impossible to beat. Okay, but now when you got two M's on your back, it starts building a pattern from what they think. You know what I'm saying? They're like, this guy could be considered quote unquote a menace. What's the other term that they try to use for a threat to public safety? You know what I'm saying? Peace Love said Toronto's version of King Von. Yeah, to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, King Von, was accused of way more bodies, no? But at the same time, we don't know. Like, Flippa didn't have a bunch of songs and a bunch more tweets. The way that King Von was like really like bigging up his chest, claiming all of these different M's that were going on in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And then he got to have a music career to really get the rest of that shit off. With Flippa, he got about maybe 4 songs off before like the big charges hit him. And then after that, he's been in jail for the rest of the time. Like, really, really. So, I don't know, man. Like, I guess this may close the book. Yo, so what is this? I should have freaking went through the whole article before I did this. I know that, an M gives you 25 years, right? And if he has the conviction from the other one, is man sitting on 50 years? And if so, I'm just going through the article and just doing a quick skim through. Yeah, I'm just checking to see if they give any details on his time, like his sentencing. You know what? They won't even have his sentencing yet. That's my bad. He wouldn't even be sentenced yet. He's just been convicted now. They're going to have to give him his sentencing date soon. And I'm sure the judge is going, and then, with the sentencing, they have, not witness, victim statements, all types of stuff goes down. And then the judge will make their decision on how much time they want to give him, which is obviously going to be life, but then how many life sentences? You know what I'm saying? Or whether they're going to run his 2 life sentences, because for each M, you get life, right? That's 25 years, of which, let's say 2/3 of it would be 18 years. Now you're eligible, or it could be no eligibility for parole. You got to do the whole 25. And then when you come home, you're on parole for the rest of your life. Okay? You 70 years old, you catch an assault charge beating up somebody, back in jail. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? And that's if they run them consecutively or concurrently. I don't know. Consecutively, I think, is when, concurrently. So 25 and 25 together concurrently. So it would just be 25. But if it's consecutively, and correct me if I'm wrong, comment gang, then it's 50 years. You know what I'm saying? 25. And then when you're done that one, do another 25. You know what I'm saying? So that's 50 years. With that being said, and I'm telling y'all this for a reason, because yes, I hear what y'all saying, man, it's cooked, it's done, all these different things. And that being true. But people who catch M's come home. It just takes some time. It's 25 years. 25 years is a long time. If you're eligible for parole and or early parole, that's 18 years, 2/3 of your time. That's still 18 years. Okay? And like I said, once you're home, your time is never over. You're always doing time. You're always property of the CSC, Correction Service Canada. And you mess up at any point in time in your life, you're back. Okay? When I was doing my time, I met a man that was sent back in the 70s, and he tried to claim that he had Alzheimer's, of why that, he did whatever he did. I don't even know what he did, but he tried to claim that he had Alzheimer's, and not why he did what he did, but why they should let him come home. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't believe him. So he had to stay. He violated his parole, and his old ass, hunching around the damn prison, had to back in the clink, bro. You know what I'm saying? Aiden said he will do 30. So let's say he's 33 now, right? Like 63 years old when he comes home. That's if he does 30. Okay? Let's say 25. He's going to come home and he'll be 58 years old. 58 years old ain't so bad. 58-year-old niggas still get bitches. I wouldn't know. I'm not nowhere near that age, so relax. Relax. However, I'm just saying, it's not the end of your life. You could still come home and find a way to change your life. Maybe be an inspiration to others. Maybe have a whole different mindset. But, you do 25 years, you come home, the world is a different place. Old John Crow 416 Track Star Music, what up? You know what I'm saying? Ada says, nah, bro, 30s, 40s, early 50s is a good time. You ain't lying. It just, is it a good time when you just did 25 years in jail? And you come home and everything looks like spaceships now. You're like, oh, snap. You come home. Y'all think that we're going to be doing these phones by the time 25 years from now? Yeah, right. Trying to adjust to that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Trust me, yo. Well, listen, man. Hold your head, bro. It's messed up, man. 2 cases, 2 up, 2 down, bro. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm getting to the end of some of these news stories that I've been covering for the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? This has been an ongoing saga, the Flippa GGG saga. But this is unfortunately the end. There's nothing left to say. Both cases, none of them beat. Oh, and also that whole thing with the Kim Schofield thing. Kim Schofield was not his lawyer. Okay? He was just on one. Let's just say that. Yeah, comment gang strong. Y'all know what it is too. Y'all is like, game over. It's over. Yeah. Listen, hold your head to all the man them behind bars except for the diddlers and the rats.
We love hip hop.